Well, every Tuesday we chat with our friend Andy Waterman over at Illinois South Tourism, and today we have a very special guest, Mayor of Belleville, Mayor Patty Gregory, and we go way back. And I purposely wore a hat today, thinking we would be the hat ladies, because you always have on a fantastic hat. I can't even imagine how many hats are in your collection. And then I'm wearing my hat and you don't have yours on.
I know. Can you believe that?
What are the odds?
I missed the memo. I should have had one. Usually I carry one in my car, but I was with Kathy today, and I didn't have that extra hat in the car.
Yeah. Well, you are a woman who has worn many hats, literally and figuratively. I mean, you started as a teacher, then you became the founder, executive director of Art on the Square, and now you are mayor of this beloved town of yours, Belleville. What has it been like to go through all of those stages?
Well, I have to say it's been very interesting. Of course, I taught for 18 years children with special needs, children with emotional and behavior problems, which actually has taught me a lot going into politics now.
I bet it has.
And then I taught second grade, and that's where I retired from. But about 10 years before I retired, I started Art on the Square, which was really done as a labor of love for a community that all of us love being there and being involved with. And because of all the teamwork effort of Art on the Square, and we were all volunteers, and still are. The volunteers are still there. And it became a nationally ranked. And that was our whole goal and objective, was to bring positive feedback to Belleville, Illinois.
Every artist that comes says nothing but great things. It's always their favorite art fair. That speaks volumes.
Yes, it does, because when many years we have been in existence now for 20 years, and over 50% of that time we have been in number 1 or number 2 in the nation. And that's quite a record for a little town of volunteers to put this together. And out of those years, 13 times we've been in the top 5. Wow. And about 15 times in the top 10. So we're very proud of that event and all the work that people put into it. But it was just really a natural then for me to move in to the position of mayor. I really wanted to do even more with Belleville.
And what do you feel like so far has been your biggest accomplishment as mayor?
Probably the refurbishment of Lindenwood University.
Tell people what has gone into that building.
Yes, I will. I'll be happy to tell you, because it was a true example of community effort with a group that brought them here when Mark Kern was mayor of Belleville, and I was on that original group. And then we had, when they decided to leave, of course we were all heartbroken. Many of us had stayed on their foundation and on the Community Relations Board. And that was one of the things that spurred me really to run for mayor, because I could not stand the fact of this whole area that had so much money invested in it by the university to kind of just be something that was really nondescript, or even what would happen to it. So we actually bought it after 3 months as mayor, which was kind of exciting, because I was aware that from the original group that people were working behind the scenes, even though it wasn't happening through City Hall. And because of that, I felt like I had confidence to buy it, because these were all people that I had worked with on many projects, and I knew what could happen. And so 3 months we bought it, and by February we had it pretty well filled. And so the Illinois State Police Forensic Training Program will be there for the state.
That's a big deal.
It's really big, and we're going to have, and actually SIU Edwardsville is doing the curriculum with that. And then, of course, we brought in SILEC, which trains all the sheriffs in the state of Illinois in the Southern Division. And so we have that coming in. In fact, they have already started with their training classes. And we have SWIC, which has come in, Southwestern Illinois College, and they have currently 200 police in their police academy, but they're doubling it to 400. And they will also be taking over some other parts of the campus. And the beauty of that is that they are also going to be doing the maintenance and all the security for the city of Belleville for that. And so that is one thing that we will not be paying for. It will be coming through the SWIC budget.
Oh, that's good too. I would hate to have to manage any city's budget.
I know.
Oh.
But what I do have, and then we have the Jets basketball team, which was 23 years they've been looking for a home. And it's a great mentoring program for kids, young athletes, to play basketball and be mentored. There's great board members from Wells Fargo and Ameren that are on that committee. And we are also, I can announce today, that we have Carbondale Law School coming in.
Wow.
And Southern Illinois University School of Law is launching a Metro East Criminal Justice Experimental Learning Program, which is a new public interest program for SIU law students. And they will start in the fall in 2022. And they will be on, some of the students will be living in the dorms. And they will also be working out as interns in a lot of facilities around St. Clair County. We have, in St. Clair County, we have the U.S. Attorney's Office, we have the federal court system.
Yeah, don't they say that Belleville has more lawyers than, anywhere per square feet?
Well, I've heard that before, especially when there was a lot of asbestos cases.
Oh, yeah.
Years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
But yes, we do have quite a few lawyers in the city and in the county. But we're really excited about this program with with SIU Carbondale Law, because it's something that we plan on moving into more classes in a possible program down the road. Especially, we have so many opportunities on that campus because we have the fabulous forensic lab, which is state of the art, and that was one reason why we were able to attract people to that location.
Well, I just think it says so much. So you got SIUE, SIU Carbondale, you've got SWIC. I mean, all of these schools coming together in one place. I mean, talk about all of the different teamwork and the building that can go on there.
Yes, and that, we've taken that whole attitude to City Hall. As a teacher, I always had teamwork in the classroom. I always was a big proponent of people not being the person totally in charge and you're going to do it my way. I don't believe that's how things move forward. And, that's how I operated in the classroom with parents, with students. And then, of course, the same way that we were able to build up Art on the Square to the #1 art show in the nation out of 6,000 art shows across the country. And now we're using those same opportunities at City Hall, and it's really been working well. We have more interaction between departments. In fact, some of the departments are even helping the other departments out of budgetary conditions.
Sure.
Of wanting to hire something and maybe it's more needed in another department. Some of the department heads are offering to give up part of their budget to the other department.
Well, you don't hear that very often.
I mean, it's just been amazing. And one thing that has been a great accomplishment since I've been mayor was the fact that while many cities across the whole nation are losing police officers, we are gaining. In fact, since I became mayor, my first actual day at work was May 3rd. We have hired 8 new police officers.
Well, that's fantastic.
And we have a new contract for them. We've changed various things to help attract more police officers. And so far, knock on wood,
Yes.
it's been working very, very well. And we're really proud of what we have been able to achieve in such a small amount of time.
As you should be. Somebody on our text line is wondering what if any, there's plans for the dorm houses. I know you said that some of those students are going to stay, but are there other plans for the dorms?
The dorms are actually all filled
Really?
already at Lindenwood. In fact, we had an inquiry from some police organizations from Chicago area, and we had to turn them down because we were out of dorm space. So hopefully by next year we will have that solved. We immediately have started working on it for several months. Not necessarily building a new dorm, but using property that is available to us through the sale of Lindenwood to us for usage of dorm space also. So we're really pushing to jumpstart Route 15. It has a really high traffic count. And we feel that once we get a few things on Route 15, we've had a lot of interest over the years, but we want things that are going to make it explode.
Yeah.
And we are really concentrating on that. So we're putting our priorities. We're very lucky with all the ARPA funding that we will be doing street repair. We will be tearing down some property that has been an eyesore, a massive eyesore, for over 20 years, close to 20 years. And so we're actively working on that. Hope to have an answer on that in several weeks, because part of it is in the courtroom situation, and you know how that works.
Somebody else on the text line, thank you, Patty, for your leadership as a longtime Belleville resident. I truly appreciate what you're doing for all of us.
Well, that was very kind. Thank you for your kind words and your graciousness.
And Andy, I want to bring you in because I know you're a big supporter of Belleville as well. There's so many great things. I was talking about Lincoln Theater, what was it, 10, 11 days ago when we were there for Art on the Square. I mean, that's gorgeous. The restaurants, Copper Fire is a fantastic one. It's a beautiful Main Street now with the lights. You know, it's fantastic. Do you have a favorite place when we talk Belleville?
Well, their Main Street is iconic, and they have the live music row on there now. So if you are a fan of live music, definitely look into that. They actually have a Facebook page too. So keep your eyes peeled on that one. They've got things going on all the time. So you can, go from place to place on Main Street and listen to all of these different music acts. It's great. One of my favorite places in Belleville is actually food. I know that surprises you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
White Cottage. I love ice cream. White Cottage is one of my favorite places. They actually have something called the kitchen sink that you could try it if you wanted to. A lot of families go after it, but it is 15 scoops of ice cream.
15?
15 scoops.
Okay.
Do you think you and I could take that down, Josh?
I don't eat ice cream.
Oh, that's a bummer.
But I'm sure they probably have something there that I do eat.
No, yes, they have many different things. Burgers and other things like that too.
Yeah,
So.
I'll take a 15 patty burger.
Yes.
We'll try that challenge.
Yes. Eckert's is also
Of
always,
course.
I've got 3 kids under the age of 5, so it's a great place to go. And their cider shed is opening up very soon. I know that piques your interest.
It does.
They've got
indeed.
the Orchard Loop if you're into bike riding. They've got the Orchard Loop out there. It's strawberry picking season right now, so definitely a lot of different things going down.
Heidi spent 20 years in television going to fun places around town, so she's now my concierge when it comes to what do we do with Finn on the weekends. We went to the zoo and Heidi said, you got to go to Grant's Farm. And I said, okay, they'll put that on the list. I need to put Eckert's
Absolutely.
on the list.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I know that coming up on Monday, there's a big parade.
Oh, yes, the Memorial Day Parade
Yeah.
on June 3rd, and our fire chief and chief of police will be leading the parade. And of course, I'm hoping that Kathy Kaiser finds me a fabulous vintage car to go with a vintage girl.
I'm vintage. I like that. Yeah.
We won't mention my age.
Yeah, and then I know there's all kinds of exciting museums that people can explore. I mean, what do you think is a must when you come to Belleville before we let you go?
Well, I think a must is definitely our downtown area because we have so much to offer. A lot of people don't realize that we're home to the second oldest Philharmonic in the nation. We also have one of the remaining Carnegie libraries in the whole United States.
Oh.
We have great family activities. Of course, everyone loves to visit the Lincoln Theater because it is a historical theater. And I think the Shrine is also, the largest outdoor shrine in the whole United States.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people think of the Shrine when we get to the holiday season because they want to
Of
see the
course,
lights, but
yeah.
it really is a beautiful place any time of year.
It really is, and it attracts people from all over the world, which is really wonderful for Belleville. And of course, with the different activities that we have with all the baseball and football and volleyball, and I was never really a sports girl, but I was more of a sport of shopping. I hear that a lot, but the Belleville Parks and Recs always have great activities and things for kids to see.
Well, speaking of shopping, I love your outfit. I have to ask you, is that a Don Rogers?
No, but I bought a lot from Don Rogers. Sorry, Roger. But yes, Don Rogers is a favorite of not only people from Belleville, but also from St. Louis too. And so you can always find some cute clothes and jackets. And but my problem is when I get in there, I talk too much to Roger Wigington and never get out.
He seems like a talker.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
What a great place. Well, of course, for more on all the events happening in Belleville, you can go to belleville.net. And if you want to learn about all of the other territories in the Illinois South Tourism Territory, and there are a lot of them, 23, 22?
21 counties.
21 counties, ILLINOISouth.org. Andy, always great to see you. And Mayor Gregory, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for being our guest today.
Well, thank you. There's a new hat shop in Belleville, right down the street from the fountain going east.
All right, I guess we'll have to go shop that
Yes,
together.
we will.
Sounds good.
Take care.
All right, let's check in with Luke McMahon real quickly and see how traffic looks.
Luke McMahon, the traffic man, spent a lot of time in Belleville. He went to school over there.
Mm-hmm. Good to know.
How's the traffic over there right now?
Yeah.
It looks good. Over here, though, eastbound 270 here,
We
looks
hit
good. Still has
everything?
that broken
Yep,
structure
I think
in
so.
the right
We didn't even talk about Skyview. I'll
Yeah.
mention that when we come back.
Skyview is a good one.
I'll do it. I'll get it.
The Opera House, the Edge
Yeah.
is another good one over there.
We're at,
So the Edge
Door
has
Valley West. So,
laser tag, movie theater, go-karts, it's a
Thank
huge
you.
indoor entertainment facility, arcade. It's right there on Route
There was
15.
something about her I really
Laser
liked.
tag.
Natural Bridge Road, that's still being worked on. Southbound
Yeah,
270 a
when
little
you
wide
get
now near
people like
Texas
that in
Ferry
life,
and westbound
you can't help
44.
but be happy.
Or, I'm sorry, westbound
So,
64 from
Can we just,
You don't
can we
have
come back just real quick right after this? And just, Andy's gonna hit like 3 more
Citizens for
places.
Modern Transit this month's
that we didn't get to.
says,
No, it's
"Don't
okay.
pollute.
No, we'll do
Switch
it.
your
Okay.
commute and see the save. The first 200 to download color-coded air
We
quality
can mention the
forecast
craft beer
and
walk
free
coming up
STL-style
later this month
t-shirt.
too.
Just go to switchupyourcommute.com.
The craft beer walk.
Orange
That's
Rhine
switchupyourcommute.com.
is great.
From the KTRS Traffic Center,
We
I'm
love
Luke
our
McMahon on the Big 550 KTRS.
We went to Luke and we realized we didn't even mention the Skyview Drive-In.
one of my favorites.
It's great. It's one of the remaining drive-in movie theaters left in the state.
Mm-hmm. It's a must.
Either state. I don't know that Missouri has one.
Yeah, because there used to be one, over in South County, and it's not there anymore.
There used
Yeah.
to be one on the Rock Road, not there anymore. If you
Yep.
wanna,
Skyview is still there and
Oh, it's
going
iconic.
strong.
yeah.
the only one I've ever been to in my entire life
Yep.
that I remember. And the Hofbrau House.
Yep, that's definitely over there on Route 15 as well. Huge facility. Go and check it out if you haven't. Great food, and then obviously great beer. And then also on Route 15, there you have the Edge. Awesome
Oh.
entertainment facility. Have you been to the Edge?
Oh, I was there many, many times.
Oh, yes, they
Laser
have.
tag.
What's the Edge?
It's
Exactly.
an entertainment complex with a little bit of
It's
everything.
huge. Yeah, they've got laser tag, go-karts, an arcade, movie theater even.
Mhm.
It's definitely a place where you can go and spend kind of all day with the kiddos, or just, by
Yeah.
yourself.
Or adults.
Yeah,
if
or
you want
adults.
to.
Yeah, either way. Yeah. So.
And then the Craft Beer Walk.
Yeah, so that's coming up on June 25th in Belleville. Is the Craft Beer Walk. You've also got the Shriner Parade coming up. That's on June 3rd, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah. So a lot of different things. Then on June 4th, there's a museum's open house day in Belleville with Belleville Historic Societies. They're going to have a demonstration of brewing, wood carving, broom making, all that stuff. And they'll have several other museums that day as well for the open house. And that is on June 4th for the museum's open house day. So definitely wanted to get that in there if you're a fan of history like I am.
Yeah, and somebody else pointed out that Belleville has several festivals similar to Art on the Square, like the Oktoberfest and the Jazz Wine and Dine Festival, and of course
Chili
the
Cook-Off.
Chili Cook-Off is also so much fun.
Andy, foodie. You're my foodie.
Yes.
White chili or
We've talked about this.
traditional?
All chili.
Oh, okay.
But if you made
That's
me
a
choose,
cop-out.
I know, I would choose red chili.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's traditional.
Yeah.
White chili, white chicken chili.
White chicken chili is really good. It is really good.
It's all good.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's lots of good
Especially
to be
with
found
cornbread.
in Belleville. Thanks you guys again.
Thank you.